I appreciate you for letting me sit here.
Of course. Good afternoon, dear friends. Can you hear me okay? I think I see a daughter sitting in here and her mom is sitting next to me. You know who you are, right? So nice to see you. Some of you were here for the grief retreat and now you are joining the Thursday online session for the first time. You know who you are. And one of you, I recognize your last name because your daughter was at the grief retreat and she said that my mom is coming in June. Yes, and you know who you are. Um, I also see two last names that are familiar. I don't know that are quite the same. I don't know if these two last names are related by any chance. Zhang, both last name Zhang. Yeah, related? Oh wow, wonderful. Yeah. We have a special guest joining us today, and she's probably on her way here. So while waiting for our special guests and more friends to come, perhaps we can unmute ourselves and just wave at one another and say hello to see if we can hear one another.
Hello, everybody.
Hey,
Hello.
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 Thursday
Hello.
afternoon.
Hello.
Hello, good to
Hello,
see you.
second page.
Um, this is to let you know that this session is live stream on YouTube. So if you want to protect your privacy, you can rename yourself. Yeah.
Hello, everybody.
Hello, good to see you.
Yeah. Oh. Is it sunny and beautiful where you are right now, dear friend? Yeah? Okay, that's good. I am currently at Blue Cliff Monastery in New York. And on Monday, I will be joining a group of monastics to go to Montreal, Canada for a retreat at Maple Village. You know, did you know that as a monastic, we travel a lot? You travel for business trip, we travel for mindfulness retreat. Yeah, it's nice. This is a way for us to stay engaged, share the practice with other people. Mm. So perhaps we can sing some songs. Yeah, let me pull up the song sheet so that we all can look at the song sheet. We can come back to our breathing while we wait. Aware of my in breath, aware of my out breath. I remember back in May of 2002, I had a chance to share with the group this weekly online session. It was our first online practice session, and I share on the topic how to wait. And I wonder who joined us that time. Anyone here? The first time? Yay! And you are still here with us. This is our 2-year anniversary. Can you believe it? 2-year anniversary. Yes. Okay. Can you see the songs? Okay, dear friends? Do you have any requests? You may type it in the chat box or unmute yourself and just say it out and we can sing it. I like the roses. Alrighty. Let's look for I like the roses. Yes, number 22. We ask you to please mute yourself to maintain the peace and the serenity in this Zoom room. It sounds differently when you come to the monastery, sit in the circle and sing, right? But when it's on Zoom, it can be like a chaos. We are sitting here, we have Dan Dan. She's sitting next to me. She asked me not to be on the screen, so Dan Dan and I, we will sing together. I like the roses, I like the daffodils, I like the mountains, I like the rolling hills, I like the twinkling stars when the sun goes down. Doobie 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 doo. I like the rabbits, I like the squirrels too, I like the bluebirds, I like the romy moose, I like all animals like me. Doobie 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 doo doobie 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 doo. Perhaps we can invite somebody to stand up and dance. All right, second song. I have arrived, I am home, and we will end with the island of self. Thank you, dear friends, for your request. I have arrived, I am home. For those of us who are joining us for the first time, in the Plum Village tradition, we love to sing. We sing to remind ourselves of the wonders of life, to be back, to bring our mind back to the present moment. So this song, I have arrived, I am home, is an invitation for us just to do that. Our address is right here and right now. And right now, we can be solid, we can be free, because nobody is bothering us. Our door is locked, I hope, so that our children, our partner, our friend is not knocking on the door, wanting us to do this or that. We are solid sitting here. We are free. So let's practice that with our body and also with our mind. I have arrived, I am home, in the here and in the now. I have arrived, I am home, in the here and in the now. am solid. I am free. I am solid. I am free. In the ultimate I dwell. In the ultimate I dwell. And one of our favorites, number 3, Island of the Self. Before the Buddha passed away, he encouraged his monastics as well as lay disciples to take refuge in the island within themselves and not to take refuge in the island of anything or of anyone else. Because in the island within, there are beautiful trees, there are clear streams, birds, sunshine, and there's a Dharma, there's a Sangha, and of course, there's a Buddha too, in ourselves. Breathing in, I go back to the island within myself. There are beautiful trees within the island. There are clear streams of water. There are birds, sunshine, and fresh air. Breathing out, I feel safe. I enjoy going back to my island. Breathing in, I go back to the island within myself. There are beautiful trees within the island. There are clear streams of water. There are birds, sunshine, and fresh air. Breathing out, I feel safe. I enjoy going back to my island. Thank you, dear friends. Yay! The special guest of today has arrived. She will sit next to me and she will offer us guided seating meditation. I'm sure some of you might recognize her. This is Sister Beth Nghiêm.
So dear sisters and dear friends, I recognize some familiar faces. Yeah. So thank you for being here today. Please allow me to do some guided meditation. I just finished from the sharing, from the monastic sharing. So sorry that I'm arrived late. But we just allow me also to sit with you. So please find yourself a comfortable posture and sit comfortably wherever you are, on the couch or on wherever you are, but just relax your shoulder, make sure your back upright, and give yourself a gentle smile so that you can relax the muscle on your face, and just simply enjoy returning to our body and recognize our body is the body is here, and recognize the breath and just allow it to flow naturally in and out, and just simply aware of the breathing. And you can simply put your hand on your belly just to feel the rising and falling so that you connect your body here and now. And I will start with 3 sound of the bell. Breathing in, I know that I'm breathing in. Breathing out, I know that I'm breathing out. In, out. Breathing in, I follow my in breath all the way through from beginning to its end. Breathing out, I follow my out breath all the way through from beginning to end. Following in breath, following out breath. Breathing in, I am aware of my whole body. Breathing out, I relax my whole body. In, aware of whole body. Out, relax body. Breathing in, recognizing my body still healthy. I breathe in. Breathing out, I smile to life in me and around me. In, recognizing body still healthy. Out, smile to life inside of me and outside me. Breathing in, I smile to my whole body. Breathing out, I release all the tension on my shoulders, my back, anywhere that is still accumulating in my body. In, smile to body, and out, relax, release tension. Breathing in, I dwell in the present moment. Breathing out, I know this is a wonderful moment. In, present moment. Out, wonderful moment.
Ôi, sao vậy? Bữa nay im lặng chứ chị. What happened? Dear friends, you may open your eyes and massage your face. Sorry, there was a bit of technical difficulty. Were you able to hear Sister Betnam okay? Yeah, okay. Dear respected Thầy, dear Sister Bethlehem, dear beloved friends, online as well as joining us live right now. We have one lay friend sitting next to us. I'd like to take this opportunity to welcome you all to our session today, and especially a deep gratitude to Sister Bethlehem. Let us join the palms and express our gratitude to her for agreeing to the invitation to be our special guest today. Sister Bethlehem has been a nun for almost 20 years. Her family is now living in Florida, so she's from the Sunshine State. That's why she loves to smile. Anyone here from the Sunshine State? Yeah, okay. There are just some people that when you just mention their name, your heart is filled with joy and happiness and gratitude. Sister Bethlehem is one of the sisters like that to me. I knew her since I was a novice and as an aspirant in Lower Hamlet. And her beautiful heart, she continues to keep it until today. Now, we know that life is impermanent, but the beautiful qualities, we want to keep it as long as possible. And I see that this is something that Sister Bethlehem is able to keep. Through, in life we have on ups and downs. There were moments we are healthy, there are moments we are not well. But that love for ourselves and that love for the Sangha, Sister Bethlehem is able to maintain it over the last 20 years. She's one of my source of inspiration, and I love hanging out with her. So today, the topic of our sharing is how to cultivate joy in the midst of difficulty. And I think we invited the right person to join us today. She's now living at Blue Cliff Monastery. So for some of you who visited Blue Cliff, you will be able to remember her. And my name is Sister Bội Nghiêm from Magnolia Grove Monastery. So I have a raise of hand of who are here for the first time. Thank you. Yeah. I know some of you are still working in your office, sitting in your office and joining us today. That's very nice of you. I just hope you will not get in trouble by your manager or your boss. Tell them that I'm meditating. I'm trying to stay calm at the workplace. So this is part of the self-care and self-compassion, right? So we know that the first noble truth that the Buddha spoke of is that there is suffering. The second noble truth is there is the cause of suffering. The third noble truth is there is happiness or the cessation of ill being. And the fourth noble truth is that the path to happiness, which is the Noble Eightfold Path. And today we will just share with you the first noble truth and the third noble truth. If you want to learn about the other two noble truths, maybe we can come back later in the future sessions. So again, the theme today is cultivating joy in the midst of suffering. If you could type in the chat box, what is your joy right now? And what is your suffering right now? Or your difficulty right now? Just simple. So that we can have a better idea of where you are in your life. And if you don't have any joy or you don't have any difficulty, it's also okay. You can be here with us. Being able to breathe, not stuck nose, yes, Wonderful, no allergy. Right? Sister Becky has been like blowing her nose this whole day because of allergy. I have now more time to meditate. A new grandchild. My joy is Sangha. My suffering is feeling rush. My joy is the here and now. Suffering, loneliness, and PMS. Joy, life. Yes, PMS. Joy, being here in this moment with Sangha. Suffering, physical ailments, long-term COVID. Suffering, I have a broken leg. Joy, spending time with family and friends. Joy, my family, difficulty, my job. Please become a monastic. My joy is all around me right now, at the moment. It's in the sound of the wind in the trees outside. Going to my son's law graduation. Going to my son's law school graduation tomorrow. Congratulations. Joy to be with you. Joy, it is my birthday. Suffering, knee pain. Happy birthday. We'll talk about the knee pain later. Joy being here, suffering, still recovering from a knee replacement. My joy is my 2-year-old granddaughter and her parents. My difficulty is my fears about a word. Joy in spring, the migrating birds. Joy, being with new friends. Suffering is being uncertain. My joy is being here for the first time. Suffering is my workload that keeps me from being able to be fully available to enjoy the meeting. Please know that this meeting is being recorded, so you may watch it later too. Joy showing up for this time, suffering unknown health issue. Sister Bethlehem, could you help me to read some, please?
Okay. So happy for this beautiful Sangha. Joy is that I am now retired and have more time. Suffering that I have overplanned still and feel always have to be doing. Weakness. Our grandkids are joy. Self-critic is suffering. Joy is ability to be the present moment seen visiting Magnolia Grove. Realizing how beautiful the present moment is, and let go. My joy is being here with all of you, and suffering is that I work long hours. Difficult is allowing myself to learn into change and seeing the rebirth of nature and stress. Joy, my family is alive and well. Suffering, I will soon have to separate from them. Worry about my children. Joy is singing, suffering is regret. My joy is my daughter, my suffering, afraid of death. Dealing with loss, learning to live with uncertainty. Joy, spring is here, sun is shining. Suffering, I have some work to do. Joy, this moment. Suffering, broken ankle. Suffering over feeling, pulling in many different directions. Joy is spending time with my family. Suffering, recover from depression. My joy is living this life, and difficulty is indecisiveness. I wish that I could join you. I am told that I am too old to join the monastic.
You can be long term.
Receiving a foot massage and rebozo massage from my 10 years old yesterday.
Oh.
Suffering childhood trauma that make it difficult to hold my loved one suffering to bring relief. My joy is warm weather and the sangha and the sangha. Difficulty, overwork, not enough rest. My joy is that spring has arrived. The clouds are beautiful. Joy is being present with grandkids. Joy, special guest, Sister Buckingham, thank you. Song, sunshine, suffering my sick body.
Thank you so much, dear friends, for writing to us and letting us know what is happening in your life. I would like to express my deepest gratitude to those of you whose physical health is not well at this moment. Some of you are experiencing knee pain, knee replacement, and recovering from long COVID, and yet you are here with us. Right? This is really a proof of pain is inevitable, but suffering is optional. Right? Physical pain we will all have to experience, but the suffering of the physical pain, we can choose to suffer or not. This is a very profound teaching from our teacher. We haven't heard from Sister Bethlehem. What's your joy right now and what's your suffering?
So, dear sisters and dear friends, my joy all this morning since I wake up, I have so much joy just doing. It's spring out, so it's the first time we don't wear jacket or thermal. So like my joy, the sun out today and it's about 80 something degrees here. So I just take off my jacket and the first time feel so much light and then so joyful, like it's make my day. And the leaves, I enjoy the looking at the leaves. It's coming out. It's the baby leaf and the shape is like a child. Is I this morning and I took a walk quite far to the lakes and we come back for breakfast. So I've been enjoying the whole days. And this morning we just met a little girl. Her name is Ali, and then she was born in Vietnam, and her father is here in the U.S. So he took her to the monastery, and just being with her is nourished my joy the whole day. And on the way here, I walk out to the gate, and then her father and her was waiting, like talking, and then I just met her this morning, but somehow it's feel very close. So she ran from the gate to where I was out, and then she just hug me, and then she make me hold her. She's just 4 years old, 4.5 years old. So I say, I talk to her a little bit, and then I say, can you because I have some meeting with friends online, so can I hang out with you? And then she's so happy. I say okay. And I say I see her dinner. So she's so cute, and then just to be in a child. Sometimes we are adult, we forget to those moments with the child in us, and we also have a child in us that we forget to cultivate, and the innocent and the innocentness that bring me a lot of joy for the whole day. So, and also the sharing with the brother and sister. Sometimes we forget to recognize the condition and the people so sweet and nice that live around us, like Sister Boyim.
Oh yes.
She many times at Blue Cliff when we have some difficulty, not like we don't short of people or need help. She always the first one who volunteer to come, and I appreciate her enthusiastic into like on the path, and also help our friends everywhere over the world. So I'm normally shy and I don't want to be on the screen, but because of her always enthusiastic, it gives me strength and joy to be with you today. So thank you for being here.
Thank you, Sister Beth Nghiêm. I think I shared this many times with you. What I notice is that when friends come to practice with us, they are so eager to transform their suffering and not as eager to cultivate their joy. And so I would like to share with you that let's do the opposite. When we come to the monastery, when we come to the Sangha, cultivate the joy first. Then when we have enough joy, happiness, and peace, then we have enough strength, inner strength to transform our suffering. And sometimes just put suffering on the side for a little bit and put our energy and care into cultivating joy, because suffering can be quite intense. It's a lot of energy, and if we tend to focus on, oh, I want to transform my suffering, oh, I want to transform this difficulty, it can be a lot. And this mind here, I don't know about Sister Bethnam's mind, but this mind here, it tends to think of the difficulties and suffering without my invitation. It just come up. But with the happiness and the joy, I have to find skillful ways to invite them to come up. Isn't that funny? So for myself, I'm trying to find different ways so that in my daily life, the joy and the happiness come up automatically, naturally, just like suffering. And one way for me to do that is I sing songs inside my head. It can be Plumley songs. So when I am alone, or in my sitting meditation, or when it's quiet, I'm very aware of what is happening in my mind. Am I thinking something that nourishes me at this moment? Are my eyes really in the present moment? And if at times I feel that my mind is just thinking about meaningless things, the song like, happiness is here and now, I have dropped my worries, then it shifts my mindset. And to tell you the truth, it's not easy to sing the whole song. This is to let you know how concentrated my mind is. And one time in sitting meditation, I was trying to sing the song, breathing in, breathing out. For 30 minutes, I could not finish the song. That is because while singing to the second line, my mind is thinking about something else. And I have to go back, breathing in, breathing out. And this is to let me know that, yes, this mind is like jumping from one thing to another thing non-stop. But as long as I am committed to stick with the song, breathing in, breathing out, that is something for me to hold on as an anchor. And for me to be honest with myself, yes, being a nun for 16 years, for 30 minutes I cannot finish the song breathing in, breathing out. There are days I can finish it, like just one time, but there are days I cannot. And as a practitioner, we learn to be easy with ourselves. It doesn't mean that we are careless or don't see the importance in the practice, because we tend to be so self-critical, self-blaming as ourselves as well as others. So sitting meditation is a chance to cultivate that joy and cultivate that peace as much as we can, because we know that when we drive that car to go to work or to somewhere, or when we turn on the computer to have meetings or write emails, emotions can come up, right? we can be activated by something. And so why in sitting meditation we continue to create difficulties for ourselves? And so if you haven't had a habit of singing songs in your head, please sing your favorite song, not heartbroken song. Sing songs that we are able to touch life, the beauty of life more and more. It is not pushing away the suffering. This is an invitation, a permission that we give to ourselves to please enjoy your favorite song. It might not be convenient to turn on because of others are around you. If not, then just sing in our heads. And Tay has written many beautiful poems and poetries. And if you remember any of his poems or any poems from other people that lead in the direction of beauty, in the right direction of righteousness, in the direction of wholesomeness, please recite them in your head. Because this mind is always thinking about something, always. And it's very, very good at thinking negatively about ourselves, about the situation, about other people. So sing. Sing to yourself. When you lay on your bed, sing your lullaby songs. Yeah. This is what I do, and I find it very comforting. And it's not very difficult. It's not very difficult. And when we sing these songs, not only do we sing it for ourselves, but we also sing it for our ancestors, our descendants. And with the war that is happening in Ukraine, there are many songwriters write beautiful songs as a way to let the Ukraine people know that we stand behind them and to comfort them. During the war in Vietnam too, many songwriters wrote many beautiful songs. And sometimes these songs can lift us up. So sing more songs. Breathing in, breathing out. I have arrived. I am home. Happiness is here and now. Who are your favorite singers? Choose a song that has meaning. In times of difficulties, there's nothing wrong with being surrounded by kind and positive people. Give ourselves a break from the negative people, from the ones who tend to be like so critical and so pessimistic. Yeah, and be that source of positivity, that source of joy to others, because we need that more than ever. Some of you share about the uncertainty in life, the situation of the world that we're in. Now, I encourage myself to be surrounded by people who are positive and who are diligent in the practice, because this is what I need. This is my nutriment. Because I know that my practice is still very weak if I am surrounded by those who are not diligent in the practice, who don't enjoy the practice, who tend to blame, complain, sooner or later, I'm watering many negative seeds in myself. So day by day, I know what food I need for my joy in order for my difficulties to be less and less, and that is to surround myself by kind people, by those who wish to improve their life and help others. And not only do they live for themselves, but they also live for others. And this is also another way for us to cultivate joy in the times of difficulties. Because one of the greatest gifts in life is to be able to help those who are suffering. And so no matter the difficulties that we're having, set aside some time during the day or a day in the week to help other people. It's also a way for us to see that our suffering is there. However, perhaps it's more bearable than the suffering of other people. And sometimes when we see other people suffer, and yet they can still smile and continue to do the things that they love, it is also a source of inspiration for us. You know what I appreciate from Tay's teaching is that he often invites us to come back to the present moment and touch the wonders of life and how nature can be so healing. In many of Tay's poems, he invites us to recognize the suffering, the war that is going on. However, don't forget to enjoy the cherry blossom that is blooming, the blue sky that is there for us, or even the rain that is falling down. All of this is a wonder of life. And coming back to our body, we can see that even though we have knee problem, knee replacement, even though we have symptoms of long COVID, or we have Lyme disease, but these eyes can still see, these ears can still hear, this brain can still think. We invite you over and over again to please think of the conditions of happiness you have and be grateful for what we have and also for what we don't have. And this smile here is contagious. It is contagious. It's like earlier Sister Bethlehem shared about this little child. Like, we don't often have children at the monastery, right? We don't. So when we have a child that comes to us, it's like a light bulb. It's like it changed the whole energy of the dining hall. We all were just paying attention to her, like how she 4.5-year-old and learn and know how to use chopstick. Isn't that cool? And just seeing the child being a child, so innocent and really dwelling happily in the present moment. We can learn so much from the children. And I know some of you who have nieces and nephews, please spend time with them. Ask them questions and really listen to their answers. You'll be amazed. Yes, difficulties are there, but joy and happiness is also there. Please pay attention more to the joy and suffering. We are not running away from our suffering. It's just we have been so much caught with the suffering, with the difficulties in our head, that most of the time we forget that our loved ones are with us. Yes, sometimes they irritate us. But imagine if one day we drive somewhere and our car is down. Perhaps the person that irritates us the most is the one that we will call, right? Because we know that we love them very much. Cherish them as if in the early days of your marriage, the early days of your relationship. Make it beautiful like the Dharma, like the Buddha say. The Dharma is beautiful from the beginning, the middle, and the end. And if we need to end a relationship, we can end it beautifully. There are ways for us to end it beautifully. And so I like to ask Sister Bettingham a question. Sister Bettingham, how do you cultivate your joy in times of difficulties? Difficulties here can mean like your health. We all love Sister Bettingham very much because of her openness, because she's willing to share her vulnerability with us. As a human, sooner or later, we will have some physical ailments. And it's amazing that, to be able to live with someone who accepts, who cares, who does not ignore, cares, accepts, and rest. Give herself permission to rest. So how do you cultivate that joy? Please share with us. Thank you.
So, dear Sister Boyim, thank you for a difficult question. So, dear friends, when I heard this question, I thought to myself, many times because I look back and I see that since I ordained when I was a child, I have so much joy and happiness and support from my family, and also the joy that I cultivated with the community, like the innocentness, the innocentness when I enter the monastery, and all that is helped me till now when I have some kind of difficulty in the brotherhood and sisterhood in the sangha. Truly helped me to have faith in myself that I can cultivate that joy every day. And it's not we don't wait until. For me, I feel that every day I cultivate joy in my walking daily practice, in my sitting. There's moment that I dedicate myself for just to be with myself and enjoy the condition that I have around me, and the things that always bring me joy is gratitude. I have gratitude for our teacher who showed me the way. There's a bell. Who showed me the way, because before I don't know my path is, and I was a like teenager, but there's suffering a lot, but I don't know how to take care and really be with my suffering. So when I enter the monastery, I always have that gratitude to the teaching and to the Tute. So that inspire me to continue to practice, and I see the practice of changing in my own practice and the grow, and I learned so much, even though I'm still weak in my practice and sharing everything, but I accept that because I have a trust that if you dedicate time and slowly you will change in your body. And I also see that in my body there's more joy and joy in the sitting right now. Before I have a lot of work, in the sangha also. I know you outside, you have a lot of work, and also inside the monastery we have a lot of work. But I enjoy those moments that I don't have work, like don't have work. I really enjoy those moments, and that is the foundation to build up small joy until the big joy. But if we wait until like when we have suffering and started to find something, it's very vague, it's very difficult to find. So whenever I have a difficulty, I return to myself and return to the basic practice like walking, sitting, and even eating. Eating is also one of my joys, and one of the things that I cultivate every day, just planting flower. I don't have a voice to sing like my sister here. But I know that in spring will come flowers, so I prepare the ground before like August or September. I already put down the seed. So that's one of the things that I enjoy doing, and that bring me joy and bring other people's joy. Like when they come and I see they take picture, and it just we have to in Vietnamese there's the saying that you have to prepare wood, dry wood for the fire when it's in winter, that you cannot go out in the forest. So in our life is like that too, because outside I know that you have a lot of work, a lot of responsibility, but in all of us we have like moment, and we have happiness too. It's not just more happiness than suffering. Sometimes the suffering is just one, but we magnify it and it cover the whole space of of joy and happiness, like condition. So recognizing condition of health. I also have physical health difficulty, but I see that an opportunity for me to stop because I'm a workaholic kind of person. So always going forward. So finding opportunity is sometimes difficult come to you. It's an opportunity if you have a way of looking perspective into like attitude, the attitude toward the suffering or the difficulty that come to you, like COVID. I think I got COVID twice. So yeah, I almost passed, gone to other world, but I was grateful because I really the breathing practice, because it's been training for like I've been training in the monastery for a long time. So those moments when I couldn't breathe, it just the breathe, it just naturally happened, and I just follow my breath instead of thinking of the fear that I'm going to die or something. So I'm going through that period of time, and I see the practice really slowly. It's when we need it, it just come up, and the peace, the joy in that moment, I can take refuge in that energy of the practice when it's difficult time. So we have to cultivate every day, even little things that I enjoy nature. So I bring nature to my room. So little piece of wood, little plant I have in my room. Before I don't have a space, so I just put a few plants. But now I create a space that where you can come and you feel relaxed right away. So in your house, in one corner in your house, you can create a space that you can every time you feel difficult to breathe outside for some reason, and then you just come in to just sit down to create a habit in our daily life, so that we can stay in balance. Because most of us, or for myself too, is finding balance in life is a challenge. So we have to cultivate that every day and in our daily life. And my joy is to be with people. Also, when they come to the monastery, I don't talk too much because I'm kind of sometimes I just feel shy. So my practice is to smile. So that's one of the joy that I want to bring it to myself, because when I smile, it means my whole body is feel comfortable and feel joy inside. That's why I can smile. But if that's also a practice, it's not easy. Sometimes you want to smile, but you can't because you have too much inside of your heart, or something that is you're not present in the moment. So really, when you even when people pass by, you don't see it. So the practice of mindfulness is just to be in the moment and to be present. So I try every day. Sometimes I forget, but I try every day just to, when I see people, I give a smile and I smile to myself. Each morning, waking up, just to have some moment for myself, just to sit down and drink tea mindfully, quietly, and just enjoy the silence and be with the plant and talk to the plant. And down in the dining hall, we have many plants. So from time to time, I go water them. So that is my joy. So every day we have little thing, but we sometimes we want big joy. But little joy like that is make our day. So in our practice, we can be creative and we can initiative. We have to do ourselves. Nobody gonna do for us. So we take time and we and one of the things that um, helped me a lot is to recognize all the condition that happiness here. I when I eat, I always think about other people, because outside they don't have the other day when I went to New York City, and I saw a man standing on the highway with begging for people to give him some food or money to buy food. And I see I told sister when I was picking up her up, so I say that, oh, we so lucky. I feel very grateful and lucky that I have a car to drive, I have a place to sleep, I have food to eat every day, no worry. Like the sister also cook for me, what a great joy. But I know I always have this gratitude, but sometimes we busy on our head, or because of the job or because of some small difficulty or big difficulty, we tend to forget all. So today I just share a little bit of little joy of in my practice, and I hope that you can also find joy and find time days so that you can come back to your body and recognize your health still well. But if your health is not well, we grateful for that, and we stop, because if our body is healthy, we continue to run and work, and our hand is always want to moving and doing this, doing that. But when we have difficulty with health, my shoulder now is not so it's been pain for this past month, but I feel okay. It's the time for me to take care and to be grateful that I have the other hand, because normally I don't treasure this hand. I just do a lot with this hand, but now this hand is in pain, so I allow them to rest, and I practice to eat with this hand, and it's an opportunity. I see an opportunity to experience, and also to see the different. One door may be closed, but the other door will be open. So thank you for being here, and thank you, Sister Boying, for inviting me. I think we have dinner soon. The bell invited, so I will stop here and hopefully see you once again in the future, or when conditions are favorable. Thank you.
Oh, our session doesn't end until like 6:30.
I'm hungry, sister.
Me too, I'm hungry. This is why I stay at Magnolia, because our time zone is different. Perhaps we can listen to one sound of the bell before we can continue. In a retreat we just had that ended on Sunday, we had about 36 people that came to the retreat, and I shared with them a story that happened to me when I was in Lower Hamlet. It was a few days before I left Lower Hamlet to come to Magnolia Grove Monastery, and I shared with Sister Abed, Sister Diệu Nghiêm, that, Sister, I will miss Lower Hamlet a lot when I leave here, because this is like my childhood place. This is where I have all the beautiful memories. And she looked at me and she held my two hands and she said, don't miss, but remember. Don't miss, but remember. And I've been practicing this for the last 10 years. When my mom passed away, whenever I had this, internal dialogue that just saying, Mom, I miss you, right away I say, Mom, I remember you. My heart beat differently. My emotion changed. There's joy on my face. And when I say the word miss, there's tend to be the seriousness on my face and sadness. But if I say remember, the word remember, first of all, there are more vowels and more syllables, and it just makes my body feel different. I feel more uplifted. There's no longing when I say I remember. So in our daily life, be mindful of the words that we use and see how this change our feelings, our emotions, our thinking. So if you have loved ones that pass away, or if you are no longer near your beloved ones, or there is a certain change, shift, transition in your life, instead of sitting there and missing and longing for the beauty that you once had, remind yourself to remember those beautiful moments. This is how we can cultivate our joy in the midst of difficulties. And instead of saying, I walk for you, I breathe for you, I eat for you, we can say, I walk with you, I breathe with you, I live with you. I cough for you. I cough with you, right? Because when it's for you, it's like this person is no longer next to us, or somewhere very far, or has transitioned. But with is, we feel that this person is still with us, inside of us. We can hold on to that person. Yeah. And so we have about 15 or 20 minutes left, and we would like to invite you to ask any questions about your practice concerning about this topic or any other thing that you are experiencing in your life. Sister Beth Nghiêm has a lot of experience in the practice, and we like to do questions and answer response. Less thinking for us, right? Less preparation. Also, what you have in your heart, feel free to share it. How are you? How are you doing? You may unmute yourself and share with us questions. How are you practicing to embrace and take care of the difficulties that you mentioned earlier? What are some concrete ways you are cultivating your joy? Yes, Robin.
Oh, weird. Hi. Me?
Yes. I saw
I
you.
didn't say anything. I just felt like that, but I was gonna say something, and you read my mind. I just want to say, I just want to say how nice this is. I've been meditating since my mom died in 2013, and meditation has helped me so much. And I decided to take a deeper dive into the philosophy, and I started reading Thich Nhat Hanh's books. And I just want to say how refreshing it is to kind of learn more about this practice. And it's so nice to be, I've never taken a class or been around other people while I'm learning about it. So I just wanted to say thank you for having this available. And it's so healing. I just lost my dad last year. And so it's been a lot of loss. And these traditions and beliefs and practices in particular are really helping me get through. So thank you.
Thank you, Robin, for inviting your mom and your dad into the Zoom room today. Please know that we meet every Thursday, except when we have special retreat. So feel free to join us. Huh?
Absolutely.
Yes. Thank you.